is osmotic pressure. So first of all, we must know the meaning of osmosis. So let's take an example for that. I have taken two beakers. In beaker A, I have taken concentrated CuSO4 solution, and now I am diluting it with the water. After some hours, we'll see that the whole of the solution color changes to blue. It means there was a net movement of solute as well as solvent, which is defined as diffusion. Diffusion means the net movement of solute as well as solvent particles to form a homogeneous mixture. In the beaker B, I have taken semi-permeable membrane which allows only the movement of solvent, not the solute. So what will happen now? Semi-permeable membrane allows only the movement of solvent to the solution side, but also there will be movement of solvent from the solution to the solvent side. But the net movement will be from solvent to the solution. This is known as osmosis, which means it is a spontaneous net movement of solvent particles from the less concentrated solution to the more concentrated solution through semi-permeable membrane. So obviously less concentrated means more diluted and more concentrated means less diluted. So there is a movement of solvent particles from the less concentrated part to the more concentrated part. So this is diffusion, in which solute and solvent particles both move, but in osmosis there is movement only of the solvent particles. Here we do not need any of the semi-permeable membrane. In osmosis there is a need of semi-permeable membrane. There is a movement of particles from more concentration to the less concentration. Here is a movement of particles from less concentration to the more concentration. So this is the difference between diffusion and osmosis. Now osmosis is of two types. One is endoosmosis and other one is exoosmosis. Let's take an example. I am taking two beakers in which I am putting egg whose outer layer has been removed by the use of dilute HCl. I have removed this outer shell with the help of dilute HCl. In beaker A, I am putting this egg in between the water, and in second beaker I am putting this egg in concentrated NaCl. Now after some time, what will happen? In beaker A, we see that the egg will swell. Egg will swell because there will be a movement from less concentrated to the more concentrated. So here the net movement is from water to the inside of the egg. So the egg will swell. Now in this, here we have concentrated NaCl solution which is more concentrated. So the movement will be from inside to the outside and the egg will shrink, which is known as exoosmosis, and this is known as endoosmosis. Now we'll define the osmotic pressure. Then what do you mean by osmotic pressure? Now in this beaker in which I have taken concentrated CuSO4 solution in one compartment and other I have taken water or a solvent. Now if I put here a piston, frictionless piston, and here I will see the level of water till here. The level of water should be till L position. Now What is osmotic pressure? Osmotic pressure means the minimum excess pressure that has to be applied on the solution side so as to stop the movement from solvent to the solution. आप इतना इसको pressure दोगे कि solvent solution की तरफ आना बंद कर दे. That is known as osmotic pressure. So it is defined as the excess minimum pressure, that has to be applied to the solution side so as to stop the movement of solvent into the solution side. This is known as osmotic pressure. Now, what happens if you apply the pressure more than osmotic pressure? अगर आप osmotic pressure से ज़्यादा pressure apply करो तो क्या होगा? If you are applying more pressure than the osmotic pressure, then the solvent particles from the solution side will also move to the solvent side. The solvent particles from the solution side will move to the solvent side. This is known as reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis, or we can say RO, which is known as the pressure greater than the osmotic pressure. Greater than the osmotic pressure that has applied on the solution side to increase the movement of solvent from the solution to the other side. It is known as reverse osmosis, and its important application is desalination of seawater. Desalination of seawater, in which this side, where we have taken CuSO4, this side is filled with seawater. Now, the pressure more than the osmotic pressure is applied on this side, and as a result, the pure water will move from this side to this side, and we will get the water which is fit for drinking. This is reverse osmosis and its application. Now we will see that how to express the osmotic pressure. We will denote osmotic pressure as pi, and it was observed that it was directly proportional to the molar concentration and also to the temperature. So we will get pi will be directly proportional to C into T, and further we can write here CRT. We will take a constant here, where here now R is known as solution constant, whose value is as same as the universal gas constant. Now we prove that how osmotic pressure is a colligative property. So we know that pi is equal to CRT, and C is further equal to N by V into R into T, or we can say pi V is equal to nRT, where N is number of moles of solute. Here we can prove that osmotic pressure is dependent on the number of moles of solute, so hence it is a colligative property. Now with the help of osmotic pressure, we will define the three terms, which is also the biological importance of osmotic pressure. The number one term is isotonic, the second one is hypotonic, and the third one is hypertonic. Now, it was 0.9% NaCl solution is equivalent to the concentration inside our blood plasma. So, if you are putting the RBC in the solution containing 0.9% NaCl solution, so it will neither swell nor shrinks. Now this is known as isotonic solution. Isotonic solution, in which the molar concentration inside and outside the membrane is same or equivalent. But in the second case, if you put RBC in less than 0.9% NaCl solution, or it will burst, which is known as hemolysis, and it is known as hypotonic solution. And the third case, in which you are putting the RBC in more than 0.9% NaCl solution, then it will shrinks, or we can say it will undergo plasmolysis. So these are the three terms which was based on the osmotic pressure. This is the biological importance of osmotic pressure in the RBCs.